All right, VB's enjoying one last day of vacation, so I am going to check in with the heavy hitters this morning. Cosmo Macero and Peter Cadges at our Beacon Hill studio this morning. Thanks for being with us, gentlemen.
Morning, Shannon.
You guys are still working this morning, but the government shut down as of midnight last night. What gives?
Well, it's a pretty bizarre situation. Despite calls by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, which is the closest thing we have in this country to a Vatican of capitalism, who asked the Congress not to do this, the government has shut down. That's because you've got a small group in the House, 30 to 60 Republicans, who seem determined to spite President Obama and Obamacare.
They do not want Obamacare, the health mandate, Cosmo. Republicans blaming the Democrats, Democrats blaming Republicans. Whose fault is it?
There's blame on both sides. Worth noting, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, not exactly a liberal organization. So, as Peter says, this is a minority in the House of Republicans. Having experienced all of us these threats before, it looked like it was going to be the Congress that cried wolf again. But then when Orrin Hatch said right before midnight, you know what, this thing is shutting down. There you go. I think we will see the hue and cry maybe if we get to the point where entitlement payments, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid reimbursements are impacted, and that could happen if this progresses for days and days. However, you know what? If you want to go to a national monument or a national park today, things like that, there's already impacts.
Yeah, you can't do
on
it.
People. You can't do it.
So, Peter, what has to happen here for them to come to some sort of resolution?
Well, I think the public has to scream bloody murder. A conservative think tank, the American Enterprise Institute, says that a one-week shutdown won't really hurt the economy. After a week, the meter starts ticking, and after a month, it really starts howling. Frankly, even more disturbing than this shutdown is the October 17th date, at which, if Congress doesn't approve it, the government will stop paying its bills.
Right.
That will no doubt lead to chaos on Wall Street.
There are legitimate questions about the cost and impact of Obamacare. Reality is, it's the law of the land. There's been a Supreme Court ruling.
Right.
If you're a Republican, you got to be thinking, hey, you know what? We've lost this one, and maybe we need to move on.
All right, before we let you guys go this morning, I want to ask you about Scott Brown putting his digs on the market there in Rentham. So does it really mean anything, or are we reading too much into this?
Well, more important than him selling his house in Rentham is news out of New Hampshire, where the U.S. Senator there, Jeanne Shaheen, is making noises like Scott Brown's going to come up there and run against her.
She's worried about it.
Yeah, she is, but I don't know. Will New Hampshire vote for a Massachusetts reject?
Yeah, it could be tough. Hey, you know what? He's got the empty nest. Rates aren't bad. The market's good. Good time to sell your house.
Maybe he's just moving his house. That could be all it is.
Just downsizing.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you have a great day.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right, Fox 25.